against open thinking. They don't know the difference between CRT and OPP. Ron DeSantis, when he signed the bill, said he doesn't want to make white students uncomfortable. What you think black and brown students have been dealing with for the last 400 years? Discomfort can never be the litmus test for real education. Real education makes you uncomfortable. Uncomfortable with your ignorance, uncomfortable with your indifference, uncomfortable with your position so you can get your ass up and do something different than what you've been doing. That's just the introduction. Good morning. As Medea would say, good morning. I'm honored to be here. I've only been granted 5 cuss words. I've used 1 already. So I've got 4 left. But I'm honored to be here. BIPOC, black, indigenous, people of color. We in the same boat. We on the same team. I know you saw out in LA what happened when the Latino representatives were speaking off record. They thought about black people, but we don't want to get arrogant. Every group has said stuff about the other, right? Especially black and brown folk, and we in the same boat, right? You're speaking a language, not Spanish, that some people can't understand, a language of self-assertion, a language of pride, a language of appreciation for your people and where you come from. And you all are young. This initiative is extremely important and valuable. Here you are, trying to do the right thing, struggling to do the right thing, and at the same time have a sense of participation in a society that did not mean necessarily for you to succeed. But that ain't never been the basis of us giving up. The society ain't never meant for us to do what we do, right? When they weren't accepting black people or Mexicans, when they weren't tolerating Jews or Italians or Irish, right? We were in this country when we saw the vicious indifference to our plight and predicament. We ain't never had it easy like that, but we kept on stepping. We kept on doing what we do. And now we here, started at the bottom. What? Let yellow Negroes get back in the dough. We've been in exile out here. That's because when we had it the first time, we were arrogant, we were light, bright, and almost white, thought that was the beautiful thing. Colorism is a sin, is a cancer, so we got exiled. Idris Elba and Denzel and Wesley Snipes took over. Now Drake is trying to bring us back. Steph Curry. What's up? So we trying to get back in, right? God forgive me for my brash delivery, but I remember vividly what these streets did to me. Imagine me allowing you to nitpick at me, betray me like a pickaninny. Now all my teachers couldn't reach me and my mama couldn't beat me hard enough to match the pain of my pop not seeing me. So, with that disdain in my membrane, got on my pimp game, blank the world, my defense came. Y'all don't listen to Jigga. Y'all listen to Little, Big, Baby Mama, Mama Baby. Y'all on some mumble rap. What in the hell are y'all talking about? The know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what the hell you talking about. Only part I understand, walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. What? I'm pretty good for an old man. The mayor has already indicated that you had a person of Muslim faith controversially put in office, because all this talk about America, we saw on January 6th, they on some bullshit. Right? Is that clear enough for you? Is that a complicated metaphysical assertion predicated upon philosophical depth? Right? You ain't serious about them. I thought you loved the police. You beating up on the police on January 6th. But you told me blue lives matter. First of all, don't make a comparison between blue lives and black lives. Right? Black is an ontological condition generated out of sociological analysis. That's who you born as. You ain't born a policeman. You ain't born with a baton and a badge. And if you born blue, go to the doctor. Something wrong with you. You ain't got no oxygen. Now these are just random thoughts as I pick my way toward my speech. I have a formally prepared, articulate, sophisticated analysis of where we is, but I thought I'd start right where we at, right? And so, let me say a couple things to y'all. As BIPOC, as black and indigenous, as people of color, as people who are inheritors of a strong commitment to our people and our nation, we've got to understand we belong here. Right? Can I start there? We belong here. That's why we got to tell Kanye, that's why we say Black Lives Matter. You wearing White Lives Matter as what, a fashion statement? You think it's cute to go to Paris during Fashion Week and do that? That's a mistake, Kanye. What happened, Ye? What happened to you? Right? When you said George Bush doesn't care about black people and it set the president on edge. What happened when you went up on stage? Now, I love Taylor Swift, but you were making a point. Black people and artists of color often have their awards disrespected. Because everybody know the best video was not Taylor Swift, and I love her. It was, if you really want to, let me put a ring on it. If you really, really let me put a ring on it. Even the Pope was singing that. If you really want me to be pontiff, put a ring on me. If y'all were Catholic, y'all would understand what I'm doing there, man. Y'all sleeping on a brother. So the thing is, here you were talking about Ronald Reagan and crack music and the development of a political economy of crack, and now here you are as a mouthpiece for white supremacy. We don't have to say white lives matter because we know they do. You ain't got to say what's obvious. It's what Ludwig Wittgenstein, the philosopher, calls a tautology. It's repetitious. You ain't got to say what you already be knowing. If you run up into the crib and you the king of your house, you ain't got to announce it. If you do, you ain't the king. If you got to say you the queen, we already know you the queen. So saying white lives matter is redundant because we know they matter. In fact, they matter too much to too many, and us not enough to most. So we're not dissing white brothers and sisters. We already know your life matters. We trying to catch up in the game. So if we say trans lives matter and you come back with heterosexual lives matter, we know that. All the rom-coms, right, that are successful have mostly been about heterosexual people. The most recent one, which was about a gay couple, didn't do as well because some people ain't even ready. Why do they have to kiss? Why you kissing? Why you singing songs about the person you love? Why you mad? What somebody sings about who they love ain't got nothing to do with who you love. Why you scared? We belong here. Trans, gay, lesbian, bisexual, black, indigenous, all of us in the same boat. Don't act like you can afford to have a prejudice against one because you're a member of the other group. So you black or brown, but you homophobic. You go to a church that tells you God gonna send people to hell. Then you get a little Nas X out here. Then when he goes to hell, you get mad at him. That's what you've been telling him his whole life. He's gay and gonna go to hell. And you get mad when he represents that artistically. And so I'm saying we belong here. That's everybody. That's every sexuality, that's every gender, that's every race and ethnicity. I was in a church in Cleveland and a woman came up to me, she said, "You know you're going to hell." That's after I preached. I was like, wow, did Jesus tell you that? Because I spoke to him this morning, he ain't really indicated that flames were in my future. She said, "You know why I said it? Because you said gay people were made by God." I said, "You think I'm going to hell? And you're a polytheist? You think there's a God for straight people and one for gay? Either God made everybody or God ain't made nobody." Right? So what happened? A different God made gay people? Like took the second shift on Wednesday of the week of creation? God said, "I need a break because making these people is a problem." So now the God of the second shift came on and made gay people? That's what they told you as a black and brown people. That's what they used the Bible against you for. They told you you were cursed because you were a descendant of Ham. I don't know about y'all. That's what they told me when I was a kid. They used to come to my door. They say, "Son, Ham is cursed." I say, "I don't eat pork." Y'all gonna have to respond to my jokes a little bit better than that. I worked on that one for you. We belong means everybody. Don't nurture your individual bigotry at the expense of another vulnerable population, especially by appealing to church and religion and God and the Bible or the Quran or the Upanishads or the Bhagavad Gita. Stop. Stop. We are all in this together. We all belong here. I know some of y'all uncomfortable. That's not what my pastor told me. That's not what Bishop preaches. Bishop in a church that's 75% black women. If they leave, I'm rolling with them. Because men ain't gonna stay. What? You ain't kicking no gay people out, right? By telling them you ain't taking their tithes. Oh, they take your money now. They take female money. They take women's money and they take gay money. They don't make no distinction. They're hypocritical. You ain't against gay and women. You against authority being exercised by people you see as marginal, but you exploit them by commercially reaping benefit from their revenue. I've been a Baptist preacher for 42 years. I know what I'm talking about. And so I love the church. But at the same time, what I understand, God is about love. And all these evangelical white and black and brown and indigenous folk and other folk who are adhering to that gospel, going around trying to judge other people, knowing full well in your own body and skin you were judged too. But the grace of God allowed you to escape. Why would you reproduce the very pathology you're seeking to escape? We belong means all of us. That's number one. Number two, as a BIPOC youth, you got to make sure you do everything you can to maximize your participation in this society. Now, I talked about the structural barriers that prevent you from doing your thing. What you doing in your own community, in your own clique, in your own group? How you studying? How you skipping school? How you telling each other what's cool? How you listening to this drill music? Now look, you can see I love hip hop, right? But at the same time, I'm tired of celebrating Black Death, Brown Death. I'm tired of celebrating people going down. Now look, I believe in full responsibility and freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say, make a record doing what you want to do. But at the end of the day, if we are translating that into vicious assaults upon each other in our communities, that ain't really cool. You going up to Pop Smoke and you see him on the internet because he got some jewelry on and you're killing him? Or PNB, right? I mean, we got to ask ourselves what we doing in our own communities to hurt and harm ourselves. Now, this ain't got nothing to do with white supremacy in the sense that We've talked about the structural barriers that prevent us from participation. We talk about the roadblocks to equity. Now, it does have something to do with white supremacy in the sense that it internalizes, or we internalize, the hatred of the other in our own mind. Anti-blackness can come in black skin too. Ask Kanye. Ask Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court. That's white supremacy by ventriloquism. Black mouth open, white supremacist ideas flowing from it. We know who you is, Holmes. But you got to ask yourself, what are you doing in your own communities? Are you taking your behind to school on time? Are you studying your lesson, as my daddy used to say? Right? Stay off the Instagram. Sometimes, I know you're scrolling, I know it's interesting. Stop swiping left or right. I don't know what y'all doing on Tinder or these new dating sites. Stop Googling every day. I mean, study a book. I know y'all don't know what that is. It's a physical object that used to go to the library, because that's where the lies were buried. We went to dig them up. Do y'all know what a card catalog is? No, I ain't talking about the cards you collected from the honeys you trying to holler at. That ain't what I'm talking about now. Y'all know what a card catalog is? See all the old people going, yes, we do. Y'all young people don't even know what a library is you? It's a place with a bunch of books. 187.5, that ain't no radio station. That's where social science is. You go there, we used to go there, they would have a card that indicated what book was there. And if you want to check the book out, you had to go to that section, extract it from the shelf, and then go to the front desk and sign your name on it because you had a library card and check it out. See, we used to have libraries. We used to have records too. I know y'all don't know what the records are. 45 RPM, you know what that is? 33 1/3, y'all don't even know what that is. You put the stylus, the needle down, and then it unraveled and unspooled the record, the compressed wax. Then it got stuck. I'm a hit, I'm a hit, I'm a hit, I'm a hit, I'm a hit you now, right? So y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about a telephone, a real one. Y'all got an iPhone, what the hell? Y'all don't even know what call waiting is. You don't even know what a busy signal is, do you? Mom, mom, mom. See, back in the day, if you wanted to call a girl or a young man, you had to really be intentional. You did all that, exhausted all that energy. Mom, mom. Wasn't no call waiting back then, dog. Now, I ain't saying I did this, but some people used to call the operator and say it was an emergency to get that person off the phone. Now, if you got their mama, Negro, are you calling an emergency when I'm talking to my job? I'm so sorry. Right? So there were barriers from within that we overcame as a result of our historic struggles against inequity, and now we have to ask the question, what are we doing with the resources in our own communities, and how we are determined as young people to be involved in the process of our own deliverance. Pharaoh let my people go, but when my people get let go, let Pharaoh go. Allow yourself to be involved in your communities, to love each other, to support each other, to study hard. Ain't no sense in trying to demonize people as eggheads who are studying their lessons. And so, you know, the people you admire, even Megan Thee Stallion went back and got her degree. Steph Curry went back and got his degree. Those are rich people. They are successful, but they understand education. Most of us ain't gonna be world famous like them. Most of us won't have their wealth, but we can have wealth. We can have generational opportunity to transmit to our children and their children. We can have the possibility of building up and creating an infrastructure that supports us if we pay attention to what we need to do while we are young, so that we can set a foundation for when we are older. And that means y'all got to get on y'all's job. You what, 15, 16, 17, 27, 35 in high school? Some of y'all missed a couple years, had to come back on the remedial plan. The point is, y'all, is that you got to be responsible for your existence where you are. The best of us have always understood, despite the structural realities we confront, we got to confront what we ourselves can do to make certain that we take advantage of the opportunities that these good people are working for in your behalf. And then finally, at the end of the day, what you and I must understand is that as we continue to fight against racism in government, as we continue to fight against the uncritical elevation of a white supremacist ethic at the heart of your Floridian government, much more problematic than Donald Trump because they're smarter, and as a result of that, they understand how to use the offices of their particular administration to administer injustice. The first thing you do when you get elected is to reject the possibility of felons who are now being set free to vote, can no longer vote. You know anti-democracy is on the ballot, whether or not. So the fact is, what I'm saying to you, get involved in your communities to understand what's going on. I don't fool with politics. Politics fools with you. So y'all better learn how to vote. I ain't telling you who to vote for who you want to vote for. But understand when you vote, right, don't act like you ain't got nothing to do with the political system in which you exist. You do. Resources would flow more fully. The reason they're having an argument now about repaying student loans, they think black and brown people are being advantaged by it, and some white politicians are trying to stop the President of the United States in his bill from helping people repay their loans. Right? Don't misunderstand, that's against you. Black and brown people continue in 2022 to face prohibitive barriers. So y'all need to be involved politically in your communities. If you want to talk about creating infrastructures of possibility, if you want to talk about having racial equity, if you want to talk about building wealth, all of that is connected to local legislators or mayors like the tremendous one you've elected, or the possibility of creating revenue streams that allow your entrepreneurial vision to be realized. In order to do that, you can't even be a decent rap singer, a rap artist. You can't be a decent participant in your community without understanding the politics at play that either encourages or discourages the expansion of racial equity and racial wealth in this society. That's why y'all got to understand that you participate in a democracy. And at the end of the day, I think if we're going to be lifted as a community, regardless of what they are, we got to love our women. All right? And let me end on this. I ain't dissing the fellas. I see you out there, handsome, sharp, strong, articulate, intelligent, doing your thing. Keep doing it. But as a community, let's not invest in bitch, hoe, skeezer, slut, hood rat, chicken head. I don't even understand how y'all get girlfriends. What's up, Shawty? Shawty, she taller than you. Let me in. Back in my day, I hate to be one of them Negroes back in my day, but back in my day. See, y'all tough. Jay-Z says, I can't see him coming down my eyes, so I make the song cry. Wow. We were crying with the song. Sunshine, blue skies, please go away. My girls found another and come on, old people. Gone away. With her went my future. My life is filled with gloom. So day after day, I stay locked up in my room. I know to you it might sound strange, but I wish it would. Come on, man. See? Then the girl made us lose our mind. We didn't mind. Have you seen her? Have you seen her? I see her face as the cold wind blows on the street, even at the picture show. Have you seen her? Then we got philosophical. Why, oh why, did she have to leave, Anne? Oh, I've been used. You understood every word they said. Ain't no damn mumble rap. I've been used to having someone. Not where you at. Now I'm at the mall. I'm here. You're there. Where are you? Then the girl made us see things. We didn't mind saying it. Today I saw somebody who looked. I swear she did. She walked like. Guess what? I thought it. But wait a minute. Look what happened. As she turned the corner, I called out, Shanae. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Shanae. Hey, you look like my girl. You still fine. Can I get that math? And then let me tell you something else. I'm almost done, but let me tell you this. Don't always tell your girl what you got. Tell her what you ain't got to see if she like you or what you can provide for her. Right? When you're in the center ring and their lines don't mean a thing, why don't you let me try? Now watch this. He would tell you what I ain't got. Now I don't wear a diamond ring. Y'all remember that? I don't. Now this is a Pentecostal love song. Watch this. This is a Pentecostal love song. Watch them speak in tongues. All I know is la 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 la. That's speaking in tongues. That's a Pentecostal love song right there. I love you. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Look. Let me go on and sit down. But I'm going to tell you this. You got to love strong women in your community. Right? You got to love them. And I'm going to be done, but here's the thing. You think Harriet Tubman wasn't a strong woman? What do you think she said? Excuse me. There's a thing called the Underground Railroad. I want you guys to come along. It's really cool. We can get free. That ain't what she said. Be here tonight at 8:30. And don't be late. Then Negroes came in, Miss Tubman, we was gonna go, but we done changed our minds, but we ain't gonna tell nobody. Oh, she said, I know you won't. She had a Bible in one hand. Y'all don't know nothing about Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Shotgun, shoot him for you. And then she had to knock some of them out, remember that? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, Mama said. And she had to knock some of them Negroes out. And when they woke up, where I is, Negro, you are free. We done drug your black ass to freedom, and women will still do it today. Rise up and celebrate them. Peace.